Hey, good morning, my people. What's up? Hope and trust that all is going good. Today is what? Wednesday? Wednesday, the 6th day of May, 2026. And the time right now is 6:24 a.m. And last night or yesterday evening into the night, they had the swearing in of the cabinet of Antigua and Barbuda after the just concluded elections. You see there a backdrop, a picture on the backdrop of the Prime Minister at that function. I watched it on ABS Facebook page. Yes, I watched it on ABS Facebook page, and I strive to be credible. Where I see right, I call it. Where I see wrong, I call it. That's the only thing that I do. That's not going to change. From what I heard from the Governor General, he indicated that it was the PM's idea to have the swearing in at AUA as opposed to Government House, and they had that discussion, and that's how they went there. I think that it was a good move from what I saw. The ambience was good. The technology that they could have used in terms of, they had a screen where as the persons were going up to take the oath, you saw, what I mean? That was good. It was high class to me. High class to me. And I must give commendation for that idea. Also, I believe that I think I heard before that the facility there could hold up to 1,000 people. So I kind of figured that persons might have been more comfortable. Those who were invited to go to the event would have been more comfortable as opposed to maybe limited space at Government House. So all in all, I think that was a good idea. Good idea. And from what I saw, it was definitely a step up from what it would have been done at Government House. We'll have to watch and see what happens going into the future. For me, there were basically two highlights. Uh, the prayer that the apostle, I'm not remembering his name. I believe he's the gentleman over at the church there on Lockland Benjamin Drive. The prayer that he did was a very, very, very good prayer. A very good prayer, in my opinion. I believe it captured everything that it needed to capture for the event or for the ceremony that was there. It was a very good prayer. I would encourage persons to go and have a listen and even keep a copy of it because I think it was a very good prayer. And also, the Governor General's introductory speech, I think, was also good. Um, he touched on what the nation ought to be looking for, the expectations, and I believe he gave sound advice to the government. Time will tell whether or not that advice have been taken in good measure by the government. But those two things stood out at me. In terms of the appointments, two um, I don't want to say stuck with me. Two of them was quite important and quite surprising to me. I was not expecting that Michael Joseph would have been given the senior minister's position in the ministry. Um, I'm glad for the young man. I think I've watched him from afar. I don't know these people, but he seems to be organized. And I was expressing that to somebody this morning, that of my surprise, and they said no, he was understudy in Mulwin for quite some time. So to her, that was a normal thing. I did again, I'm not that close to them, so I wouldn't know, but I was surprised, and I think it's a good thing. I think it's a good thing. Definitely rural West should see a transformation, in my opinion. And Michael Joseph certainly has no excuse being placed where he placed for rural West not to enjoy some needed, long overdue benefits in my opinion. So we'll watch and see that. And also, Dwayne George. I did not see him as the minister of sports. I thought he would have remained where he was. Um, but again, well, I know this is he was a bodybuilder, so he's into sports somewhat. Um, and that area, St. Mary's South, again, should be getting some much needed upgrade from a sporting standpoint. I would believe with him being the senior minister, but time again will tell. I'm not sure. I don't think they had completed what they were doing at Boland's playing field. And if I'm not mistaken, I think they were supposed to be doing something out at I think they'd actually really resurfaced the court at Erling's. But we'll watch and see what happens. Not only in the constituency but abroad, but for sure no. Um, that constituency should benefit. A little more, since we know, there's a person Christian picked me first, so we'll see how that goes there. But apart from them two, um, everything else was basically what I would have thought. I believe also St. Philip's South. St. Philip's South is in for a treat, in my opinion, with the lady Kiz Johnson. I think she's a junior minister in the ministry that Rawdon Turner is the senior minister for. I don't remember the name of what it is, but I think social transformation and some urban thing and so is involved. I think that lines up well for her in that constituency. So again, we just have to watch the wait and see what happens. But as I would have said before, I think I said it well. I know I said it to persons. I'm not sure if I did it on a video. If some infrastructure work is done up in that constituency, some jobs are given to young people, etc. It's going to be hard. It's going to be hard for the UPP, in my opinion. But let's wait and watch and see. God spare in our lives. Um, the oaths. I took note of the oaths that these members took, and it is against these oaths that I believe that these persons will be judged or should be judged. Most important to me is the upholding of the Antigua and Barbuda Constitution, which is the supreme law of the land. And I believe that these persons ought to be judged against these oaths. That's how I see it. And of course, when and if they're found wanted, then the consequences should flow from that. I'm not going to get into what I hear some people getting into. Um, the opportunity is before them. And as my parents would have taught me, most times in life, all you need is the opportunity. And when you get the opportunity, what you do with the opportunity is then up to you. And that is what you're judged by based on what you do with the opportunity. So the opportunity is before them. I love the theme that came through, that it's about Antigua, not only from a party standpoint, but as a whole. And yes, I do know with humans, I know what happened with humans. Sometimes your back red, so this is it, your back blue, so that is it. But you want to move to the next level where you can back your party, but at the same point in time, you're a representative for a constituency, which includes everybody. And the how you achieve that balance, how a party in government achieve that balance, at least for me, tells me whether they're good or bad for the country. So as we move forward from today, we will see what happens. God spare life. We will all these those of us who do what I do will be following the government, see what happens. And I believe that where there should be commendation, there should be commended. And where there should be criticism and call out, it should happen also. That is what democracy is about. And that is what I think those of us who do what I do should strive to be. Unfortunately, you're not going to be liked because when you come down one side, you're being Birdman. When you come down the next side, you switch from being Birdman. You know what I mean? That's how it is. But I don't worry about them kind of things. I know the color that I defend is the Antigua and Barbuda flag. That's the color that I defend, and that's the color that I will always defend. Until we come together again, my friend, take care and be blessed.